iScrappers, Tom from the iScrap app. Today is Wednesday, February 20th, 2019. We apologize for not doing this live, but as you can probably see, I'm a little wet right now, and that's because it's snowing outside and we're going to be closing early. This way we're not risking ourselves driving home. We know that many of you, I heard 100 million people are being affected by the snow today, so I hope a lot of you are sitting home with your hot cocoa or your tea or your coffee and getting ready for that scrapping days to start back up again tomorrow. Or you're in your garages taking things apart now. But one thing that we do have today is a lot of good news. Over the last week, we've seen copper rise to the highest prices that we have seen since July of 2018. The market has risen 4 days in a row. The stock market is on an 8 or 9 week rise, week over week, which is a great streak to have. And we've been seeing more and more scrapyards raising their prices as reflected in the reported prices that we've seen online. Copper over the last week is up 4 to 6 cents a pound on different grades, and brass prices are up about 2 cents a pound. A couple of problems that we have seen are a lot of questions on different grades of insulated wire over the last few weeks, months, and especially year since the tariffs went into effect with the Chinese. For a long time, scrapyards were taking all different grades of wire, mixing them together and selling them as a mixed copper wire package. Now, with the Chinese being pulled out of the market for so long, scrapyards have been forced to start to sort and separate their materials like never before. Having to find new avenues to sell these copper wires to, they have to sort and separate things from extension cords. Cat 5 wire is different from Cat 6 wire. Firewire is different than THHN. And the list goes on and on. As we've seen these scrapyards start to crack down, we've started to see a lot of questions pouring in over the last 6 to 9 months about the different grades of copper wire. So we'll give you a quick idea on how scrapyards come up with their pricing. Copper wire is going to be paid off of recovery, meaning for every pound of wire, X percent is copper, and then it's multiplied into a formula to come up with the price. So things like extension cords and the cords that are on the back of TVs, where traditionally have always gone as a regular insulated wire, now are going to be getting downgraded because they're only 25 to 32% copper, where they used to be grouped in many areas of the country between 42 and 48%. Now with these changes, you're going to start to see and have big surprises at your scrapyards. So you should look at some of the other videos and the materials lists that we have online to be able to give you a much better idea on what's going on with the market overall. But with the prices up over the last week, we're very optimistic, and this may be a couple of good tidbits getting sprinkled in there for the entire market as a whole. We might see a deal starting to come together with the Chinese like we didn't think was going to happen as quick, and hopefully going forward we'll be able to see something a little more concrete in the next week or so. We did hear a couple pieces of news that President Trump said if there was positive talks between the US and the Chinese, that there could possibly be a 60-day extension for these trade talks if we weren't able to hammer out the proper deal before March 1st. We're still hoping that that deal gets cut before March 1st, but knowing that if we do have to wait another 60 days, not to be surprised for these copper prices to drop shortly after that announcement would be made. Overall, we're continuing to monitor these copper, brass, and other non-ferrous prices such as aluminum and stainless. We've seen small upticks, but the aluminum market continues to be weak, and the stainless market has started to show minor signs of improvement. Gold had a $37 per ounce rise yesterday, Tuesday the 19th, and we've seen it rise again to one of the highest levels that we've seen in 4 or 5 months. Palladium also has hit an all-time high at $1,443 an ounce, not only being worth more than gold, but also raising the prices of catalytic converters like we've never seen before. Some people are starting to see catalytic converter prices being quoted differently because certain cats are going to be a little more heavy on the palladium than platinum side. So in the past where you've had two cats that are similar grades, we are now starting to see those prices and gradings sort and separate themselves. Steel prices are up again over the last week, about $5 per ton, and the gas prices are relatively steady overall. Guys, this is Tom from the iScrap app. Today is Wednesday, February 20th, 2019. We apologize for not being live, but hey, safety first, and I'll scrap you later.